Zeke, thank you for all your posts. Just grabbed myself a bite to eat. Still freezing up here in Connecticut. Be here for another month till we go back for the new year. You know, today we got the direction right. We got the idea that they're going to make traders chase. We've got so many gaps below us. But that doesn't translate to that we have this kind of an outlier day. By any stretch of the imagination, this is an outlier day. So you have to keep your head in the game and say, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Because all those different measures we showed you all kind of come together. And then you pick the targets one by one and say, okay, well, if that's done, then maybe they're doing this. That's done, maybe they're doing this. And so we keep picking those upside targets. And I had said earlier today that, God, I'm having a hard time believing T2 today is 51.75, 52, right where we are now. But I said, shows up. So you're aware of it. And then when you start to do the measures and you say, wait a minute, well, if we can get to 52, then we can get to that that 55.5 target, which I felt was a common sense idea. And then anybody that presses it and wants the last tick, you get higher, a couple of points higher. But that's the time when you get yourself in trouble trying to play it too cute, especially during lunchtime, when some profit taking needs to come in. So you're better off stepping out, and if you want to take the risk, that's the zone you're trying to enter into with 3 or 4 points risk versus the size of this swing. And try the contra, or go to lunch and then come back later and look for another opportunity to play a range. We're back to the red line again, and the second time back to the red line. Be a little conservative now. Zeke made a nice post about this 50, 75, 51 area. Stops down if you're short. And my guess is that today's high may or may not yet be in, but the shorts aren't going to get the kind of a pullback they'd really like to get. I just don't see that. And we can see this thing has been on steroids. So what would you say would be a range right now if you want to buffer this with a range? Pick the range and say, okay, this has got to be my support. This has got to be my guessing resistance. The market could have a tremendous upside day. And you're out all morning, you come in at lunch and you skinny out 3 or 4 points, and then you go back to work. That's all you care about. When you're available to trade, take what you can out of the market. And you try to go with the trend wherever you can. If you guys have been reading Armstrong, he's been talking about this type of move in the markets, in the last few months. He's been counseling institutions to put your money in the market. This is institutional buying. This isn't done by the little guy. Little guy isn't buying this and making this pop. These are institutions. Got to follow their footprints. Do we have a demon? Yes. Finally. I think best alternative if anybody's had a great day is make sure you lock your profits. I think we may go into some consolidation. This is month-end levitation. if the high is in for today, we still don't have to plunge. You got to break that blue line before we go anyplace at 45 area. So that's going to be our aggressive support. And if you've had yourself a nice run, don't, especially if you're climbing back in long side, going with the flow, tight stops, because it's just been an outlier day already. Let's use 42 aggressive support below 45. Figure 45 is support, aggressive area 45, and then let's figure normal support at 42 right now. This little shelf in here. I figure that's got to break before anything good happens for the shorts. There's one heck of a move from yesterday's low, by the way. We said 19 support, right? Anybody wants to short today, got to use a high plus a couple. And that's only because of profit taking. It's not because shorts are in control. They're not even close. Remember that 42, 75, 43 target we have? Seems like a kindergarten target. But we said at the time, next target, 47, right? Blah, 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 because the lines are still going up. This is the first time back to the red line, powers up. Second time, powers up. Third time. Sometimes at lunch, you get that 1, 2, and, go back in through a couple of them to the third one. Rarely will you break 3 at one time. And this may be more of a time correction coming too. Anyways, anybody's had a great day. Now is the time to protect your profits. If you miss part of this, easy to do in these type days because they just keep running. You're going to leave chips on the table. That's okay. Trying to take something out of the day. And anybody who still wants more on the long side, you probably need re-entry. And if you're willing to suffer, 5 or 6 points to make 2 more, we said that earlier, it doesn't make sense. Probably the best odds right now are for shorts for maybe another half hour. So anybody that's looking long side, you got to figure your late Louis may work, but odds aren't with you. Pretty good size push.